Hello, everybody. Okay, you're on the final part of step one. You're finally going to choose your business idea. So, this is the market research project. It actually goes pretty quickly because you've already done all of the research. We're just adding some layers of analysis here. Helps explain, excuse me, why you have chosen the idea you've chosen. So, let's dive right in. The first thing is market segmentation. I'm changing this up a little bit. In the past, I asked, hey, how did you filter this down? I don't really care about that. So what I'd like you to do is in that paragraph at the top of the essay, I'd like you to just talk about each of your project ideas, what they are, and then talk about what market segment or segments you decided to focus on. So, hey, we decided to focus on single women ages 20 to 35 that live in suburban America. And here's why. And that's all I'm looking for each of your business ideas. If you're a startup, I just need that for your one business idea. And that's at that top paragraph. So the examples won't help you a ton with that. Just focus on this explanation in the rubric. And then, of course, I'll be there in class to help. Next up, you label your business idea. So you're going to do this for all three business ideas. So first business idea number one, give me the essential data. This comes directly from your survey. So whatever you believe in your surveys was useful information that helps explain why you chose or why you did not choose your project. So don't just cherry pick the good stuff, include all of the stuff that you think actually will be informative for the rest of us to read about. And especially, for your business, the business judges in the future to read about when you present some of your market research to them as well. Okay, so this includes or should include some profile questions. This should include a little bit of uh, their response to the compelling problem questions you have, like, hey, do you experience this pain? Have you experienced this pain? Uh, Try to give us a little bit of the response from your survey there. And then the responses to your actual solution. How do people feel about that? And then finally, your open critique of your solution. So you should have all of those items, put them into a graphically organized way so that it's easy to understand what's going on there. Okay. So just getting those graphs in there is going to be helpful to you. The surveys, most of them will kick out those graphs. So you just copy and paste them in. Works out pretty well. Then you go into organizing your data. This is where you take your graphic organizer that you guys put together and you expand upon it and you give kind of the details of what your business idea would be. Who's the end user? How would they actually use your product or service? That's the application. What benefits do they get from it? Right? Why is their life better because of your product? Who's your lead customer or your lighthouse customer? The person that you think, yes, if these people get it, this will spread like wildfire. Then what's the market characteristics? What's this market like? Is it easy to enter? Do you have a ton of competition? Are there barriers or are there things that can propel you forward? What's the market size? How large is this? Is there any competition? Name that competition if you have it and explain that competition. And then finally, what are the additional things that you think you might need to actually bring this solution to the marketplace? Okay, so that organization of data is going to be pretty fatty. It's going to be quite a bit of information there. But of course, you should be splitting these tasks up. And then at the end of each of those, so you're going to do that three times, at the end of each of those, include a brief analysis that says, hey, here's what makes this idea promising, and here's what barriers might exist to us actually bringing this to the market. Again, be honest. Those things should be data based or data informed. It should be based on the surveys and the research that you did. So I should be able to clearly connect your research to your analysis at the end there. Okay, then after you've done that three times, you're going to do your final paragraph. In your final paragraph, you're going to say, this is a business idea that we choose moving forward. And here is why we're going to choose this business idea. All of this together is worth, what's that, 170 points? Yowza. Let's check out one of these research projects. So this is from last year's winning group. A little wrinkle in here. I do ask that you color code your market research project. I want to make sure that everybody not only is able to contribute, right, or is contributing, but also want to make sure that everybody has a voice in this. So it's twofold. So most businesses have, or most groups have, created color code, put it at the top. It makes it nice and easy for me and for other people to see who contributed to what. You want your colors to be relatively balanced out on this, okay? Resist the urge to take the whole thing over. Okay, then you can include a picture there. Most people have. I'm not sure why, but it's nice. It looks nice. Okay, They did the marketing segmentation. Like I said, not super helpful to you guys because they did it a little bit differently. What I'm looking for here is, hey, why did you choose the market segment you chose? Brief explanation of your business. And then here's a segment we're focusing on. Here's who we think we're solving this problem for. And then scroll down. They give me the business idea. Hey, here's what our business idea is. They talk about the end user, the application of it, the benefits of it. Notice they use bullet points, which is totally fine. Later on, we'll talk about the value of bullet points when you are doing a business plan. So that's really important when people are flipping through to be able to easily see things. They got their benefits there. Lead customer, market characteristics that they found, market size, their competition, and a little explanation of it, what that competition is, their assets. And then they jumped right into their data. So notice they flipped it. They did all of the organization, market research first, and then they included the data after that. Notice that they're using data that they think is useful. So who'd be willing to pay, age of children, those are those demographics, number of children, caretaker. Then they jumped into the problem and then some solution. And then they give an analysis. Say, hey, here's what we think based on this information that we collected, right? It's also okay in the analysis to say, hey, there's gaps in our research and we need to actually go back and get additional information. So that's totally fine to do that in this part. And then you go down. They have their second idea, did the same thing with their second idea. Again, including their graphs there, covering all of their bases all the way through. They included a lot more graphs for the second one, which is totally fun. And then analysis. Repeat for their third one, again, color coded here. They've got their demographic data. They've got their problem that they identified, and then critiques of the solution, and then their analysis after that, what the barriers are, what is promising about that idea. And then a final paragraph. And the final paragraph says, hey, after this, we decided to choose this idea, and here's why we think it's the most promising, most exciting idea that we've come up with. And that's it. You submit that, and then you have your final business solution or business idea that you're then going to build upon for the rest of the year, unless one of these little, committed pigs, we do some sort of challenge that piques your interest. And you're like, hey, we want to go with this other idea, and here's why. Okay. So, any questions that you have, feel free to throw them to me during class. But outside of that, you should be good to go and start working on this market research. See you guys later.